Dino.
Great
Nice.
block from Dino. Every time.
Wow,
Oh,
checkmate
checkmate
with
with
the
a great
boost.
boost.
Colors are hard for me.
Oh, it's a great block.
Split the rolling coming into base with everybody in. Oh.
Alright, folks.
Woo!
Good evening, folks. We're looking forward to a great Super Bowl here tonight. Kitten Panda and myself are going to be handling kind of some more analysis booth stuff. We're going to be turning things over to Ron, Sponson, and Raven in just a little bit for the actual game play-by-play. But we just wanted to, be your friendly hosts for the evening and kind of introduce what's going on tonight. As you know, Super Bowl VIII, we've got Tiers and Skillz to Killz both making, I believe, second Super Bowl appearances for both. Skillz to Killz winning back in Season 4, and Season 6, Tiers losing out to 30 Seconds for Mars Ball. We might as well throw it out there in the beginning. Let's get all of our cards on the table. Kitten, what are your thoughts on how this is going to end tonight?
Ooh, I guess that's the $1 million question, isn't it? I think that some people might automatically be looking at Skillz Killz as sort of favored with Grave Seeds at the front on defense, and his offensive prowess is really good as well. I think that he's certainly proved himself this season that his awareness is second to none. And K-Pow, his defensive partner, who was my captain my first season, has certainly been the perfect complement to that. However, you look at what Tiers has put together in terms of what Trobal drafted, the talent that he acquired, and they're a brilliant mesh of players. My personal favorite, Milksteak on offense, he showed that he is also quite an amazing all-around player, but he switched offense this season and he was just like, I don't care what I do, I'm just going to do well. On paper, I don't think that you can call it. I think that this is a group of eight guys that are just going to tag the crap out of each other tonight, and it's going to come down to something spectacular from one particular player.
I'd say that SDK are probably favorites going into this. I think that's probably pretty reasonable to say. But I think TS have a strong group of players, good balance between exciting new players that are determined to do really well and experienced hands in Sidewalk. Oh, hey, Private. So I think they're not going to roll over. I think Milksteak and Old Tiger are excellent flag carriers, and that could potentially upset Grief Seeds. I think a lot of what SDK do is going to rely on Grief Seeds playing well. But it's definitely crackable, and it'll be interesting to see if Milksteak and Old Tiger are going to be the ones that are going to be able to do that.
And we're welcoming Private Major into the booth now, running a little late from dinner. It's understandable, West Coast, got to squeeze these things in when you can. So we were just kind of going over some early night predictions before we see anyone take the field. Private, do you have any thoughts on how this evening's going to shape up?
I think that we're going to see a surprise. I think we're going to see Tiers win this thing in a third map, and maybe in two. But I think they're going to do. I think they look really strong, and I feel like Trobal's got that fire under him. He wants to win more than anybody wants to win, and I feel like they've been working their asses off for the past couple weeks, every night in practices, and I just think they're going to be able to pull it off.
Yeah, I do think that Tiers have the advantage of the last time they made it this far, they came this close. It was an overtime loss, if I remember correctly. It wasn't just a third game, but 30 Seconds beat them in overtime in a third game. And I don't think Troball is going to let that happen again. So I definitely think they've put in the time in advance to make sure that they know how to play each of these maps.
I mean, I don't think it's going on a limb to say that they've probably been practicing more in the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
And they've probably been doing that all season, but this is going to be huge for everybody on their team, and I just think they're going to step up to the plate.
Yep. Let's take a quick look at some of the maps. Pilot is going to be the first map up tonight. I believe Honey has a video for that. And Pilot, it's a great map to add this season, I think. It plays very quickly. It's kind of like Velocity in that fact, but it's not one of those maps that people are just going to say set on. Counter caps can happen really easily. It's just a very fast-paced map that punishes mistakes. We've got Troball in at the moment. Any thoughts on tonight, Troball? You'd like to share with the stream? We were just about to talk about Pilot.
Yeah, no, I had this stream on right now, and I'm seeing these graphics and these like fade-ins, and everything looks so great.
Thank you.
This is awesome. This is an amazing stream. And we hope to have a good game for you. Pilot's a fast map where you got to make a lot of decisions quickly. Like which bomb do I hit, or do I use a bomb at all? Can I try to get past them? What are they doing on regrab? It's just like it rewards teams that can think fast and communicate effectively, and that's where I like us on. That's why we chose it.
Yeah. Here's a question for you. Since you're not actually playing, are you going to be driving yourself crazy, sitting on the sidelines, not being able to tell them, guys, you need to blah, 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 you get over there? Like, I know Honey Bear has done that with his minors games where he's more or less screaming at them where they can't hear him. Are you going to be screaming at your team?
No. When I'm playing, like, first off, like the way Tiers runs is we have our first O sub and our first D sub, and those people are ready to come in at a moment's notice because whenever you have lag or server issues or something like that. So first thing is you're ready to come in immediately and be able to hop into the game, no power up timers, and be good to go. Second thing is, as a captain, I'm looking to see, like, what are we doing? What are we doing effectively? How's things working on offense? What are they doing? What are their tendencies? Because we got 2 halves to play in it, and after the half, that's when I tell my people. I don't yell at them during the game when I'm mute. I talk to them afterwards, and the whole team comes together and shares our thoughts about how we can improve on the second go. That's what we're looking for. Yeah,
obviously. I was just thinking since you weren't a playing captain in the Super Bowl, it's harder to make adjustments in game by communicating with your team if you notice something. That was more what I was getting at. But yes, absolutely. After half, I would expect you to.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, like, I'm sitting there outside of the game, and I wish I could share some of the things that I see from the bird's eye view. But we've got 4 great players that talk about what's working and what's not. Gone, Milk, Steak, All Tiger, Sidewalk, like they communicate with each other, and we can make tactical and strategic adjustments depending on what we see our opponent doing.
I personally have to commend you for taking that step this season. I know I've talked to you before about that, but it was in brief. But to captain a team and see how the team is working and how they're flowing and being like, hey, you guys are going to be the cohesive unit that I want to rely on, takes a really not only smart person, but it takes a big person. So regardless of whether you guys win the Super Bowl or not, I think that your excellent leadership should be commended above all.
Shit, thanks, man. I mean, I've been captaining long enough to know what like good tag pro and what good players can do, and I see that Alt and Milk can do things that I can't, and that's why they've been the starters basically since week 2, because they can crush any defense on any day, and that's what we're hoping to see today.
Tro, are you like sitting there taking notes while they're playing so you can have stuff in the during halves to talk about, or are you really just kind of waiting there to come in?
I got my legal pad next to me, and I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, we look for things, and the main thing though is that after the halves, you don't want to, there's so much going on, right? You're thinking, you're reacting, you're doing everything. And the main thing is that you don't want to overburden or share too much information. You get your 3 main bullet points about what to switch up or what to change or what kind of tendencies to expect, because you can get all the information possible, but you can't translate that in a short period of time. And so, yeah, I got the things that I see and then the things that I share.
Nice.
We're really going to miss the presence of Ranger today. He wrote us a great message about, some strats and some ways we should go about the game today. But Ranger's been killer for us between halves, great analysis, and we're really going to miss his presence.
Well, thanks a bunch for coming in, Tropal. We wish you all the best tonight as you take your team to your second Super Bowl.
Yeah, for sure. We got some great maps, so these are going to be some good games. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Speaking of maps.
Yes, getting back to the maps.
Right.
We briefly touched on Pilot. Somewhat of the opposite of Pilot is Smirk, where you can touch that flag, but hell if you're going anywhere with it. A very defensive base that requires basically both offense players to work together. This isn't a handoff map. This is I'm going to grab, you get me the heck out of base. Any thoughts on how the offenses are going to work together to get folks out of base tonight on Smirk?
I think what's really important for the regrab guy to help get the flag carrier out of base is to hold off one of the defenders, the button or the boost guy, and then just kind of rely on the flag carrier getting past that other defender. And if you can kind of manage the button going through top, I think is we're going to see that quite a bit tonight. So I think that's kind of the two things. But the button guy, obviously, his responsibilities are pretty varied.
Yeah, it's very much a situation where you have to kind of read what the defense is doing and then what your flag carrier wants to do.
I also think, these defenses are going to be so good that I think we're going to see very few caps or even very few getaways when there's no power-ups in play. So, it's not unique to this map by any means, but the power-up battle is going to be very real for these three power-ups, each of the different sets. And the power-ups in this map kind of very rarely get super offset, so we're just going to see a lot of power-up battles for extended periods of time.
Yeah. I think a significant thing too is going to be the button battles on offense. I don't know if any of you guys have had to face Milk Steak on the button, but it's literally the most impossible thing to grab, and so it's going to take some excellent deflection by the defenders in order to be able to counter that play. But if they've been practicing it, which I would assume so, it's Smirk. You practice the button, then it's going to be a nightmare at times for Skillz to handle.
Okay, and should we end up splitting games tonight, our third map is going to be Velocity. Yet another fast-paced map, but I feel like it's kind of fallen out of favor recently. People feel it's the new Holy See. It's too chasey. I don't really think it's quite that chasey, but what are your thoughts? Is kind of Velocity not the map it used to be in MLTP?
I would disagree with you. I think it's kind of past its best. I think there's a lot of hold because it's pretty easy to set up regrab, which means your team's just holding the flag the whole time. And I think that's going to be a big advantage for tiers. So I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't choose that map. I know Griefseed's kind of there's a lot of talk that he's not very good at Pilot, so it makes sense that that Tiers chose that map. I think he's pretty good at Pilot, but I think holding the flag, Tiers is going to do well, and the map for that would be Velocity if they go into Game 3.
Yeah. Go ahead, Private.
I think having a map that you're going to have a lot of hold inevitably like this is going to be fun to watch these expert teams and how much they adhere to the anti-regrab policy that can really be worked well on this map. I mean, it typically goes very well, and both teams have the flag for a long time, so I'll be interested to see, who goes to that first and if they both end up going for it.
Yeah, Velocity is definitely a map where anti-re can really pay off, especially if you rotate into your flag carrier as a second chaser to get the reset and possibly the regrab. So if we end up in that third game, it'll be interesting to see if anyone deploys that strategy. It is something you have to practice. because it requires a ton of rotation from your offense and defense, which isn't quite as typical in in your standard 2-0-2D configuration.
Yeah, totally agreed.
I'm certainly hoping it hits a third game. I'm in for as much Tag Pro as possible.
It is certainly the weekend for as much Tag Pro as possible. We've got the Super Bowl tonight, hopefully a solid 60 minutes of high intensity play, and then the Mooper Ball tomorrow night with another 60 minutes, hopefully, of great play. So it's the place to be this weekend. We've got a video from Hark that we should probably play. So why don't we roll that one, honey, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Alright guys, that was a video by Hark Mollis. It cracks me up every time I watch it. We're back now, and Nolfin, there you go.
So we're about 12 minutes out or so from Super Bowl VIII, and rumor has it that Skillz of Killz will be making an appearance on Mumble tonight. They have been secretly practicing off using TeamSpeak. I don't know if they were looking for privacy, if they were going to discuss secret strats that they didn't want leaking back to Troball, but hopefully we should be finding them here soon. There's been an agreement that we're allowed to do listen-ins during the first 5 minutes of any half before things get too heated. So I know that Honey, Ron, and Raven do plan to take advantage of that. So any other thoughts going into the last 10 minutes before this, folks?
Ooh, man. So many thoughts. Many.
I'm just really excited to see Pilot. I think Brief Siege will show that he's not bad at this map. I'm interested to see what these excellent teams do with the bombs in the middle. I think they're vital and they can be used in numerous different ways. Either protecting your flag carrier or if you are the flag carrier, buying a little bit more time, but also spiking the opposition flag carrier and just creating havoc. And I think it's probably one of the biggest unexplored mechanisms in MLTP, this season's MLTP map rotation. I think they can be used very successfully at times, but a lot of teams haven't quite grasped them fully. So I'm really excited to see what they're able to do there.
I 100% agree with you. I think that, like I said earlier, all of these games are going to be extremely close. I think that while a lot of people are giving credit to Griefseed's dominance, both of these teams have showed their dominance during the season, and I think especially with so much time to prepare, all of these guys are going to be at the top of their game for this game. You can't discredit anybody. This is what you've been working for the entire season, and you know, Tag Pro Championship, big deal, man. You can put that on a resume, you can put that on your fridge, you can call
put
your
it on
mom.
a ring.
Yeah, you can put it on a ring.
Who do you
Koala,
think? Which
once
team?
again,
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, Koala once again offering to make Super Bowl rings for people using a 3D printer that she has access to.
That's fantastic.
So which team do you think is going to be the more nervy going into the first game here?
I'm sure that Tears has Pilot practiced to death. I think that Skillz kind of relies a little bit more on kind of their just general game IQ, that they practice a bunch, but they're much more impulsive, I want to say, in their play than Tears are. So I think that the Skillz are probably going to be a little more aggressive early on.
I definitely
would
think,
imagine so.
I think Skillz. I just feel like maybe it's the persona they put out there that just Skillz doesn't have that many nerves going into matches. They're more of like cool as a cucumber. I could see Tears team being a little nervous going into this.
I mean, perhaps you have a lot of, I guess a little less seasoned, if you will, You have a lot of people whose expectations were somewhat lower, like All Tiger. Everybody's like, oh, he was that Sokol guy, and then now he's at an elite level, and a lot of us saw that coming, just based on his progression through his career. But honestly, with Trobal at the helm for Tiers, I don't think they're necessarily going to be nervous. I think they're going to be hyped. And I think, honestly, what it's going to come down to on Pilot is whether STK can take their more aggressive nature and turn it a little more clinical. Because Pilot is one of those maps that you have to bring out a little more of your clinical side, and that is something that Tiers excels at. So I might see Tiers taking the first one based on just the playstyle, but I can see it going either way just because of how talented both of these teams are.
So who do you guys... Well, I saw who you guys think is going to win. Who do you want to win?
I don't have any preference actually. Sidewalk was on my team last season. I think he's a fantastic player. Always going from, I know, Gone really well. SDK is on the east. I really rate Dino. I think he's a phenomenal offensive player. Honestly, yeah, I just really want a good game.
Yeah, I kind of wanted Skillz the Killz to win, just so that we can get fresh ping to play them in another a charity ball and have another USC MLTP, throwdown.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to go with Skillz simply because of K-Pow. And actually, Iron K is on that team as well, and I was his captain last season, so I'm a big fan of those guys. I love me some Tiers players, but I gotta go with my buddies in terms of that bias. But honestly, I'm here for just amazing tag bro.
Yeah, tonight's really one of those nights where both teams captained by people I've known for a long time, really always appreciated and enjoyed watching them. So whoever wins, we're the real winners getting to watch tonight. Although one of them's going to be the winner and the other is going to be like, oh darn.
Yeah, it must be like, yeah, I mean, must be pretty rough, I guess, losing the Super Bowl, but the glory of getting there and obviously having the chance to win is, I just can't even comprehend how intense it must be for these guys right now.
So I think we're getting ready to get this game rolling. I think we're going to turn things over now to Ron, who'd like to kick things off officially.
Yeah, thank you, Nelfin. Hi, guys. This is Ron Sponson. I'm really excited to be doing the in-game commentary for you guys tonight. And I'm also joined with Raven.
Hey, what's up, folks? Super excited to be back for another Super Bowl. Should be pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we get things started here, we just do have one quick announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise and direct your attention to the American flag, located in the center of your screen, for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, Ron. Thank you for that introduction. I hope everyone's feeling patriotic now.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to do that. Yeah, definitely. I think someone was saying we did that in NLTP too. Oh, awesome. Thanks for that, Dotsfall. It definitely puts us in the mood here. Ready for some nice, exciting games of Tag Pro. In terms of excitement, this is the exciting game to watch. I know a lot of people have been waiting all season for this game.
Speaking of hype, we got one more treat for you. You've seen it already, but just to get you guys amped up again, I'm going to turn it over to the Super Bowl trailer that Cosign made.
Great block from Dino. Sweat every time.
Wow,
oh,
checkmate with the boost.
Colors are hard for me.
Oh, it's a great block.
But rolling coming into base with everybody in.
Woo! I am hyped, guys. We are literally minutes away from Super Bowl VIII. Ron and Raven, why don't you take it from here?
Yeah, definitely. I think right now, actually, as we speak, the Skillz that Killz have been making a very fashionable entrance. Just getting ready to getting in place, getting ready to line up. I'm sure they're doing some last minute discussions. Now, Raven, if you were Skillz that Killz, or even Tears, what are you talking about right now? What are your last minute things going through your head? What are you thinking?
Honestly, at this point, all their strategies have been formulated if they're planning on doing anything particularly unusual. I think that the best use of their time right now in the minutes leading up to the actual start of the Super Bowl would just be, joking around and keeping people calm. People play their worst Tag Pro when they're particularly nervous, I think, usually at least. And yeah, my strategy before a lot of high-intensity games when people are nervous is just joke around, keep people loose so that they play their best Tag Pro going in.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a very mental game. I mean, there's a lot of technical ability, but you need to also have your game awareness there and be prepared mentally. I know in a lot of teams that have been on where we have gone on and done some practicing beforehand, typically we'll try to leave 10 minutes, 20 minutes, even sometimes close to half an hour for just some decompression time. Take a step away, collect yourself, and get ready. And I can imagine the Super Bowl out of all games is probably the most stressful when it comes to that. So that's definitely something that they're really got to be keeping in mind, especially going to this first game.
Yeah, absolutely. Even just from experience, I know that even normal playoff games like Tangential 12 or Foci 4 or whatever are games that tend to involve a lot of nerves leading up to the starting bell, I guess, and that pressure is just multiplied tenfold when you're on the biggest stage in Tag Pro. So we will see how each of these teams handle the pressure.
Yeah, it's very difficult to handle the pressure. I know we've got quite a few viewers watching already, and we're going to be having people watching it after the fact, and this is their time to shine. They've been working all season for this, both the teams, and this is the moment right now where they need to perform, and they can't let that affect them mentally too much. But I think it'll be very important to see which team is going to come off the gate the quickest, because as we've learned recently about Tag Pro with the introduction of regrab being such an essential strategy, is that it's all about the momentum. And whichever team can capture the momentum in the first game, and specifically even the first few minutes of the first half, that's going to give them a decided advantage for this entire matching.
Yep, and it looks like Altiger, who we were waiting on, has just finished powdering his nose. So everyone is in the group, and we are just about ready to get started here, it looks like.
Yeah, definitely. Just I think we're doing the last couple minute readies. Just waiting to hear from both teams. As we talked about earlier, the first map for the evening is going to be Pilot. I'm really interested to see what teams do with that mid choke with the bombs. A lot of times you get a lot of cool plays with that, especially when you're working on chasing. One of my favorite plays on that map is when a chaser bombs his other chaser ahead into the flag carrier. Just little things like that you can do, or even just plugging up the mid choke by sitting on one of those bombs. It's a very dynamic map. Some people even compare it to a replacement for Bombing Run in that hectic middle area of that map.
Yeah, the middle area of Pilot is definitely one of the most unique sort of areas of a map in Tag Pro. But it looks like we are ready to get started here, so I'm going to go ahead and launch this game, and we are off to Super Bowl VIII. Looks like the straw poll posted in Twitch chat indicates that just over 2/3 of the viewers believe that Skillz that Kills is going to come away with the victory here, which seems pretty in line with what I've heard so far. So we will see if the pretty overwhelming consensus is correct, or if Tears is able to pull the upset.
Yeah, okay, that'll be interesting. You know, I think that's a pretty decided majority. Looks like we're starting things off with one of each type of power-up. We got a Juke Juice on the left-hand side. Milkshake going to pick up a Rolling Bomb. And Skillz that Kills early power-up advantage with Dino coming in with that Tag Pro. Let's see if they can use that to get a grab out here and start things off. Oh, he's going to go Flag Pro with it. And he's going to be past two. He's got a couple blockers, but there's that bomb play I was talking about. He bombs his chaser into the flag carrier.
Yep, exactly what you were talking about in the pregame. And also, Grief Seed's wisely keeping his Juke Juice on defense in order to neutralize Milksteak's rolling bomb. Milksteak unable to get to the flag cleanly since Grief Seed's had his Juke Juice going in to defuse Milksteak.
And now here we are going with the momentum. We see Dino taking the flag out. Skillz that Kills have had a regrab train almost this entire game. Checkmate going to head over. Dino's just trying to extend it, stay alive here for a little bit. Sidewalk closing in, Milkstick closing in, getting the return. But again, this momentum is still going for Skillz that Kills. It looks like Tears are trying to change things by getting a grab. Not going to be able to do it. A nice bomb by Checkmate. Coming in, we got a couple offensive D and Milkstick swooping in for another round of power-ups here coming up as well.
Yeah,
what is this?
Oh.
Altiger is going to be able to get a cap there. I didn't see quite how he got it past everyone so quickly. Everyone was just out of position there.
Yeah, Checkmate decided to forego Rhea, I think, in order to go for the middle power-up, which is, something that obviously resulted in him paying the price. And now we have a little power-up advantage for Tears, and the momentum is shifting very quickly.
Absolutely. It almost looked like they could get another chance for a cap with the power-ups there, but a nice shutdown by Grief Seeds. He's known as being one of the best in the league for being able to get resets. And they're going to need that here. They're already down by one cap. K-Pow trying to even the score, going to get out. A nice move on Sidewalk. Sidewalk going to bomb straight ahead to plug up the gap, and K-Pow almost sneaks it in for the cap, but instead sneaks it straight into a spike.
One of the things that Skillz was doing really well in the early game is Dino boosts past 3, actually. K-Pow needs to get the block in order to get the cap, and he does.
Nice job.
Played like K-Pow to clean it up and get the cap. But one of the things that Skillz that was doing really well in the early game is that their flag carriers were extending the play really well, as you mentioned, in order to allow time to set up the regrab. So they had a nice little regrab train there for the first minute and a half or so of the game. But they made one mistake going for power-ups, and that costed them a cap.
Yeah, and they did come around and change it. And look again here as Mr. Gone is past 3. Dino is the only one alive. He has to stay alive here. And that bomb wasn't quite helping. Return for cap. Dino, there it is. And now the Tears have reclaimed the lead, and they still have momentum as Milkshake is coming out with the flag. Going to buy enough time to get regrab set up.
Yeah, Dino actually made, initially at least, a really smart strategic play. He knew he had to stay alive for a while, so he sort of hit under that bomb, but he didn't play it correctly. He waited too long to hit the bomb, when he also could have just snuck out under the spikes there, and instead chose to hit the bomb, and it sent, I believe, Sidewalk right into him and resulted in a cap for Altiger. Now it's 2-1 Tears. The underdogs ahead in the early going.
Yes, and another round of power-ups coming up very soon. I think the right power-up is coming up in 1 second here, as is the left and mid in a couple seconds. Checkmate and Dino and Altiger all fighting for mid, and it looks like Dino's going to be able to get it. Rolling bomb for each team, going to go in and try to get a grab. The key is to see who can get to the flag with that rolling bomb intact. Both flag carriers are able to do it, and they're both going to get the flag. I think one thing we want to do, actually, is while we're still in the early part of the game, let's do a listen-in, and I really am interested in listening to the Tears for Spheres, to see what are they talking about. They're playing pretty well right now.
He's got Daniel, nice.
I have 2, yeah.
I'm gonna get Re, I'll get Re.
Or he's past 2. Bombing.
Nice. I need to get Re.
Teach walking top.
Pups and 10, pups and 10.
Walking top?
Yes.
Alright, I'm here. Oh, I got boosted away. We got
Their pup is up soon.
Alright,
Our
I'll wait
pup
on it.
is in like 5 seconds.
Okay, well, that was the listen-in. You can hear them calling out power-ups. You can hear them calling out positions, but not much other than that. They're a very calm demeanor. Looks like they're being able to handle the those nerves pretty well and are playing very cool, calm, collected. It probably helps that they have the lead, although watch out as Checkmate is coming in for what could be a return for Cap, looking to reclaim the lead. Can they get the return here? A nice kiss. Great decision there by
It's a very
Altiger.
smart boost by Altiger, although now K-Pow is past 2 with a nice little chance to cap here.
And there we have Checkmate and Greaseseed setting up the blocks, and now K-Pow's got to get past 4. He's going for a wall bounce split, not going to quite have it, but they still have that momentum. Dino leading the charge to see if they can get the lead back. Going to maybe try to chain up these boosts here. Oh, Mr. Gone with some great anticipation, lining up the boost snipe, the bomb snipe actually, and getting a great reset when the next round of power-ups. And Sidewalk getting the tag pro. Great play. Milksteak coming out with the rolling bomb. This is looking very good for Tears for Spheres. He's coming with the rolling. He's going to have to defuse it at the right angle, and he does perfectly, getting an off-angle defusal, allowing an easy path to the cap.
This has been a really weird half so far. Statistically, Skillz that Kills is just crushing this game. They have more than triple the amount of prevent, or now just under triple the amount of prevent that Tears does. But now Tears is just taking advantage of little mistakes by Skillz that Kills for the most part and using their power-ups well. And now they lead the game 4-1, which is quite
That's a huge
advantage.
lead.
Yeah.
Yes, and I wanted to note on that last cap there, Mr. Gone, again, with a monster bomb snipe. He is, I know some people in chat were trying to call him out, but man, he's stepping up to the plate right now, getting those really flashy returns and resets, leading ultimately to caps.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that Mr. Gone and really the entire team is not afraid. They have not been deterred or scared whatsoever by the sort of hype surrounding Skillz that Kills and the extent to which Skillz is favored. They are coming out and they are playing their game, playing really smart tag pro, and it is paying dividends for them right now.
Yeah, and it looks like a nice power-up advantage for the Skillz that Kills. A couple tag pros. I don't know if they can really do much with them, though, because of that momentum that Tears for Spheres has. They're in defensive mode right now, trying to get that reset. Greaseseed's blasting all over the map, but not even close to Milksteak. Milksteak's going to use these bombs as a little bit of a shield. And very smart flag carrying by Milksteak. The one thing that distinguishes the best flag carriers is they don't put themselves in situations where they have to juke much. Look at him. He's all by his own, and he's been like that for the past 20 seconds or so. Just some nice job, and that's going to lead to another cap, 5-1.
Yep, really smart play from Tears. Another thing to note is that if I counted correctly, I believe the power-up advantage is like approximately 15-6, plus or minus 1 or 2 pups in favor of Tears right now. So they're absolutely crushing Skillz on power-ups. I think that's definitely one of the top factors that has led into their 5-1 lead.
Absolutely, and you see that oftentimes play in. Oh, another nice bomb snipe by Mr. Gone.
Mr. Gone is fire right now.
Oh man, that is unbelievable. Now Greaseseed's showing that he can do it too. Look for this rolling bomb. Mr. Gon's got to be careful here. Altiger's going to have to pull and get out of there. Great job by Altiger, extending the play.
By Altiger, directly saving a cap, and now he has a chance to cap himself. If Gon can hit this boost snipe, Dino wisely backing off though.
Reseeds again. Now he's doing some bomb snipes. He doesn't want. He wants a little bit of the limelight himself here. Well, we were looking for a kiss, maybe. Sidewalk missing the snipe. Gonna try another one. Mr. Gon gonna clean up.
Yeah,
He's
Tears
very
is definitely,
consistent.
Yeah, Tears is definitely, like, their defense seems to be relying sort of heavily on boost returns and bomb returns. They've been trying a lot of those, especially in the late going, and that could be in part a product of the confidence that they feel right now, being up 5-1. Although it looks like it's going to be 5-2
There should
in
be
a
a
second,
cap.
which it is.
Yep.
But yeah, their defense is playing really competently in particular.
Maybe another one here too. Watch for this rolling bomb defusal. They're going to want to keep the flag in base. Checkmate coming off the wall. Can't quite sneak past Milksteak.
Yeah, but Dino with the rolling bomb, although it's going to run out here in a second, I think.
No, he still had a few seconds. He's coming in with it, and now it's really difficult. He's going to have to head backwards, maybe even try to line up some bombs.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he tries, but Sidewalk, he didn't really have a good angle, so
yeah,
Sidewalk closes in on that.
I think.
Sometimes you try to line up those bombs so that you can bomb past people, but even if you bomb backwards, sometimes just the mere fact that the bomb is going to push your chasers away from you, sometimes you can look at that aspect of the bomb as well.
Indeed.
Dino in base, trying to power pass Sidewalk, using his speed, can't quite do it. Checkmate with the flag, and now Altiger is past 2, past 3, getting those bombs, just one to beat in Grief Seeds. He's got 2 in base, but he decides to push it right towards Grief Seeds, and unfortunately not a cap there.
Yeah, excellent read by Grief Seeds, single-handedly saving a cap. Now Mr. Gon has a chance to lead Milkstick in with a Tag Pro. K-Power runs into Grief Seeds and almost costs him a cap, but Sidewalk is able to stay ahead, and Grief Seeds stays alive.
And yeah, he is definitely staying alive. Look at those moves by Grief Seeds. He may be a defender, but he's got a few moves of his own. Milksteak coming around. Dino's Juice is running out, and looks like they're going to try to push him backwards. He's going into this power-up area. It's going to be easy for him to get cornered there. Milksteak not using the bomb very well, and now it's a very interesting situation as K-Pow coming to base. Final seconds of the game. Can't get the return. It's going to be 5-2 after the end of the first half, with Tears for Spheres taking a surprising lead.
And Milksteak in classic Milksteak fashion, leading the game with 8 power-ups, as well as a hat trick, and leading the game in hold time with 2 minutes and 42 seconds. So Milksteak really playing well in that game, contributing to almost all of the Tears caps in some way or another, whether it was with being the actual person who got the cap or by getting power-ups. Grief Seeds leading the game in returns with 17 in also classic Grief Seeds fashion.
Yeah, he was definitely playing pretty well, and he had the he figured those bomb snipes after a while. But I just want to really call out the exceptional players we saw this game. Altiger was making some really good moves, really smart decisions, getting the flag out when it mattered, and he was paired very well on the other side of the flag with Mr. Gon, a standout defensive performance by him, lining up bomb snipe after bomb snipe, nailing each and every one of them, and really just getting those resets when it counted. And the combination of those two has been very dynamic in this extremely fast-paced map, and it's working extremely well for them.
No doubt, and I think that I'm trying to decide what the main factors that contributed to Tears taking this early and decisive advantage that not many people expected them to have, and it seems to me to be, especially in the early game, Skillz actually was making just a lot of little mental mistakes. They seem to be outplaying Tears in the sense that they had the flag in base more, etc. But for example, that first cap, Checkmate got caught going for middle power up instead of going to regrab, and Altiger just boosted past him and capped. And there was another one where Dino was sitting by that bomb, and he just bombed Sidewalk right into him instead of just escaping and sort of retreating and waiting for his team to catch up to the flag carrier. But all the little things like that seem to be going Tears' way. They're definitely playing the smarter Tag Pro, even if in some ways Skillz the Killz has the technical advantage, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one important thing is you can have the best technical skills in the world, and it really can't counteract a good just smart game knowledge and knowing what you need to do at a certain moment. Teamwork, working well together, communication. We listened into the Tears for Spheres that game and heard how they were very calm, collected, methodical even would be a good word, and it seemed to suit them well. At some point in time, we're going to try to do a listen-in on this second half to Skillz at Killz, and maybe they can offer us a little bit of comparison, seeing how they function as a team. Oftentimes, each team has their own little quirks with how they communicate, so it'll be very interesting to compare and contrast that and see. Right now, you know, it's a very fast-paced map. It honestly is, and there's there's really a good chance that Skillz at Killz can come back if they play their cards right on this second half.
Alright, and we are heading into game as we speak for half number 2 of Pilot.
And we got both players switching for spawns. Interesting power-ups this time. We got a couple rolling bombs and a tag pro. Early advantage to I think it's Skillz that Kills on that team. It is. Yeah, it was 5-2 the first half. And there's the rolling bomb, gets defused. Milksteak coming in with a rolling bomb as well. Greasy's with the tag pro, and he's going to clean up. That was very fancy. I don't think that was intended, but that was awesome.
Yeah, a combination of a good spawn, lucky spawn by K-Pow, and an on-point snipe by Greasy's led to the neutralization of Milksteak's rolling bomb.
Yes. It's always fun to see those just interesting coincidences in time. Obviously he was aiming for him to get the rolling bomb defused, but rolling bomb just happened to be defused before he was there.
Kind of a fancy bomb attempt by Checkmate as he took the unconventional strategy of just bombing straight sideways into that middle wall there. That's not something you see a lot, to try to ward off the chasers, but the chasers just kind of bounced against the bottom wall and returned him immediately.
Honestly, we're seeing some exciting play here. Both teams struggling to get out of base, but they're being super aggressive. Look at Checkmate almost getting a grab, gonna move over for the power-up, but he did not get there in time. He's Sidewalk's picking up a juke juice though. Al Tiger with the rolling bomb. I think seems to be a power-up advantage for Tears with both of those power-ups working in tandem. Al Tiger gonna get contained. Milksteak's gonna try to use this boost. Gonna be patient. Try to get. Oh my goodness! Off the wall, coming into base. We've got a couple blocks and nice offensive defense. Checkmate getting the return there.
Yeah, in that last round of power-ups, there was kind of a mental mistake by the SDK offense. They both decided not really to go for power-ups in time, and it led to the Tears getting 2 out of the 3 power-ups.
K-Pow is gonna feel like he was forced to grab there. Gonna grab a nice kiss by K-Pow, allowing Checkmate to have a chance to get out, but Mr. Gone with a good return. Dino is trying to get out here. Gonna get contained.
A really smart bomb by Mr. Gone after he got that return there too, to close off the top lane above those 2 spikes right there.
And we've got K-Pow. He might be able to pick up this rolling bomb. He's choosing not to. Now he is. He was a little indecisive on it. Could cost him. Looks like he's going to be able to stay alive, and a nice juke by him. Gonna get a bomb. Good positioning by Al Tiger there.
Now Grief Seeds with perfect
He's just closing in. He did not slow down one bit. He zeroed right in on that. He's really good at predicting people and closing in on it when he knows he has them beat.
No doubt.
All right, a little bit of rest. Oh, I guess not. It looks like K-Pow is coming across the map looking for a cap here for Skillz that Kills. They've got 3 caps to go. Trying to get one of them. There's some blocks. K-Pow's got a good shot. Can't quite get the juke in there. I think what we want to do now is actually head for a listen to Skillz that Kills. Let's hear what they are saying to each other.
Pop scene. I'm gonna get. Just go.
That was my bad. Pop fires.
Oh. They got tag burners.
Oh, that's so dumb. 54 is ours. 54 is ours. Okay, they got flag pro grab. Yeah, tag pro spotting.
I'm dead. 2 tag pros indeed.
Okay.
One boosting mid. Shit. That's a cap. Yeah.
Come on! You gotta bomb me or something! Don't just.
I was.
Well, obviously not very happy about that cap there. Not really doing anything to be able to get them to prevent it. A little different dynamic than what we heard the first half from the Tears channel.
Yeah, Grief Seeds was rattled as fuck there at the end of that Whistledown. Like, holy shit.
Excuse your language.
Yeah, definitely a stark difference in the the sort of feeling that each of these teams is giving us here. Tier is
Yeah.
very, very calm, collected, and calculating in classic Tier's fashion, and Skillz really upset that they're losing this game right now. They did not expect to be in this position.
Yeah, you know, and I can see how it can be frustrating. Like we were talking about earlier, this first game is going to be important. If you're starting off with a loss in the first game, you pretty much have to get that second win. And if they don't win that, obviously they lose the entire series. So it's going to be really interesting. I can definitely imagine why the Skillz at Killz team is getting a little bit frustrated right now. They're down by, what, 4 caps with 5 minutes to go. They need to be aggressive. They need to start changing the playstyle a little bit and see if they can do anything to get that lead back, or at least chip away slowly at the Tiers 4-cap lead. And Milkshake in base, gonna try for a nice push grab against K-Pow, gonna have it, and didn't really have an offensive partner there, and gonna get returned.
Looks like another round of power-ups about to come up. The right one will come up first, and then the middle, and then the left. So we'll see how these battles progress here with Altiger fighting 2-on-1 against Grief Seeds and K-Pow. And Grief Seeds picks up
He
the Tag
swooped
Pro.
in.
And Dino
He's
with a
gonna
great
re-up it.
bomb to take the
You
Tag
know
Pro
what?
away from Milkshake. Really smart play.
Should Grief Seeds have waited on that Tag Pro and let K-Pow
Yes.
pick it up? He was right
Yes,
there.
he absolutely should have.
Yeah, a little bit of...
And he also just...
again, that game sense.
Yeah, he also just went in and just immediately grabbed the flag with his Tag Pro. I think Grief Seeds is pretty frustrated right now, and I don't think that's a very
It seems like it.
a very risky bet. Although with this Tag Pro,
It led to a
helped
cap, though.
set the box and got a cap, so I guess it worked out in the end.
Maybe we should just stop talking here. Are they going to get another one? Nope, I guess not. Milkshake's going to be able to get out of base, though. Checkmate as well. And Grease, it's his last one ahead. He lets Milkshake get past him. He's going to hit the bomb, and Checkmate is smartly backing up and making sure that he stays alive. No, he doesn't. K-Pow swooping in, grabbing the flag. Oh my goodness, K-Pow staying alive. Oh, man.
But give all the credit in the world to Milkshake. He made an incredibly smart play there, baiting the blue flag carrier into the corner to allow his chaser to get a really easy return there. But unfortunately, the bomb sniper, whatever that was, just missed, and he wasn't able to cap there. But still, a 3-cap lead with just under 4 minutes to play here in the second half for Tiers.
Absolutely. Exciting plays here at the end of the first half. If anyone was doubting whether or not we're seeing the top play in MLTP right now, this shows you right here. Very exciting stuff. You can really see some interesting plays developing. Checkmate with the flag, trying to get out of base. Altiger going into the corner, off the wall. Nice wall juke by Altiger. Checkmate staying alive as well. Cuts into sidewalk, almost returns back, and Mr. Gon getting that return. And we're just seeing returns left and right. Teams getting very good at getting regrabs set up. And looking for a return for cap here for the Skillz that kills. Nice kiss there. And that's going to allow Sidewalk to get out past a couple. Nice block by Mr. Gon.
Yep, a couple smart blocks by Tiers gave them an opportunity, but Milkshake had to make pretty much an impossible return in order to make that a cap. And now power-ups are coming up again.
And Sidewalk's going to get that juke juice. We got mid coming up in 2 seconds here. Looks like K-Pow is going to position for it. And it's going to be a juke juice. Dino waiting. Interesting decision by Dino, and that's going to lead to a cap for Tiers, and now they're back to a, 4-cap lead again, it seems.
Yep, and a nice juke by Mr. Gon, and unable to navigate past Checkmate. But Altiger, interestingly, decided not to wait for the middle power-up that last time. He decided to try to go for the return instead, and that actually worked out for them. They were able to close in and then eventually get Dino, as he sort of had nowhere to go because both of the boosts were down, so pretty unlucky for him, but great play by Tiers.
It takes a very, looking like a good shot. It takes a very disciplined player to be able to forego power-ups. We spent a lot of time talking about how crucial power-ups are. Everyone's memorizing those timers. It's one of the most communicated things. But quite frankly, they're not the most important thing in the game. The most important thing in the game is your positioning. Are you ahead of the other team? Are you getting your containing well? Are you getting blocked out? And as you can see, Milkshake is ahead of 3 players. A nice bomb! A last-ditch bomb there.
Really smart bomb by Grief Seeds, and he spawns on top of Altiger's rolling bomb.
Yes, very lucky spawn there. Looks like K-Pow with the flag. He's trying to cut mid, an aggressive decision, and just couldn't quite get the angle a little bit too high. Checkmate's going to have issues here. That corner is very difficult to get out of if you've got 2 defenders working together. Look at Sidewalk and Altiger working in tandem very well.
And now just a minute and 15 seconds left in this game, and it remains a 4-cap lead for Tears. So it looks like, barring some just unbelievable series of events. Oh, perfect. That is exactly what Grief Seeds wanted his teammates to do for him when we heard the end of that listen, and the Tears just did it perfectly. Excellent execution to save that cap there. But yeah, so Tears should be 1 win away from claiming the Super Bowl championship, the title.
And that's going to be huge.
Seconds here. Yes.
We got just one more round of power-ups, but honestly, it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible. Maybe they're trying turtle strats. It looks like Skillz that Killz are doing the conventional turtles or unconventional turtle strats.
Yeah, they're not as good at turtling.
Oh, look at this! They're having trouble getting the return. Greasy's trying to stay alive. There's going to be a return. Altiger's going to be able to deploy the rolling bomb and get another cap. Really, at this point, it's just for show. Audi says Grief Seeds. Is he going to leave? I don't know what he's saying there.
Flag.
I think he's got it. Look at this. Grief Seeds trying. Oh, man. What if he just showed off and just did like 3 splits in a row there? Ended up getting a cap. That'd be hilarious.
2, 1.
Oh, unfortunate bomb. And that's going to be it. A decisive victory for Tears for Spheres there.
Yeah, the statistics definitely favor Tears in that game. They actually flipped the tables and had a 1-minute prevent advantage in total over Skillz that Killz. Sidewalk leading this game in power-ups with 9. Milksteak not getting that many power-ups this time with 3, but he made up for it in other areas. And yeah, Dino actually led the game in hold despite not being able to cap it all. But the flag was in base a little bit less for Skillz, so that's moderately understandable.
Yeah, definitely. And it's interesting to see Tears for Spheres clearly play comfortably on this map. They ended up winning both halves, and so that definitely shows that they were confident. It wasn't a fluke. That first half performance that we saw was no fluke, and they're going to be putting up a show and be quite a challenge here for Skillz that Killz moving on to the next games here.
Yeah, one thing to consider is that I don't know if there's actually any validity to this statement, but a lot of people seem to think that that Skillz that Killz, that Pilot was their worst map, right? That's sort of a meme that's been circulating on the MLTV subreddit and things. But it'll be interesting to see if that's indeed the case, and if they're just a lot better on every other map. We got Smirt coming up next, so hopefully for them, their defense will be able to shut it down and maybe even things up and send it to a game 3 on Velocity.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'd like to pass it back to Honey Bear so we can hear from some other people.
All right, folks, we got a few halftime videos for you. First off, we got a video made by Nipplefart, and she made a video describing the maps rejected by the MTC. Oh, I love that video. It's so much fun to watch. It's just very unassuming. You got the combination of the maps and the music. It's just really fun to watch.
Improved a lot as a team.
Hello.
Hey, what's going, guys?
Hi.
Hey, we're back on both streams.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, first game impressions. Obviously, Tears very dominant both halves. Anyone want to call out some MVP, who was their MVP pick for that first game?
I really don't think that you can pick one person. I really don't. I think that the map, as I mentioned before the game, catered more to what Tears was looking to do, and the gameplay proved that. And then as soon as Tears started rolling, kept their composure, and got a lead, you could see the frustration on STK. These guys take it seriously, but they can go a little bit on tilt when things start going wrong. And I was super impressed with the way that Tears not only maintain their composure and maintain a solid style of play, but the consistency throughout the whole game is what carried them to the victory in this game one.
Yeah, if I can't give it to one person, but I would give it to the Tears defense. I was really impressed by how they really neutralized a really dominant combo in Dino and Checkmate, and they made him look pretty insignificant after the first several minutes of the first half, where it looked pretty touch and go for both teams. I was just really impressed throughout the whole match.
Yeah, definitely a commanding win for Tears. We're going to take a quick break for a video or possibly two, and be back in just a moment.
Around the world, around the clock, in defense of all we hold dear back home.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed those videos. A couple of fun things that some of our community members made, so thank you. We're going to hand it back off to the analysis desk, and we'll be starting up any minute.
So yeah, we're just a minute or two away from the second game in which Tears might make their journey to the top after an unsuccessful bid Season 6 in the Super Bowl. They are now just two halves away from claiming those rings. They do now have to face off against Skillz to Killz on Smirk, which, again, a map that rewards organized play, but also a map that's going to reward strong defense. Thoughts from the other folks in the deck?
Yeah, no, I think Tears is going to take it. I mean, I felt like they were going to do well before the match, and now it kind of reinforces my opinion there. I'm just kind of wondering maybe how other people feel on who's going to win this map.
I said Smirk, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
people
think. Oh, sorry.
maybe they have something set wrong in the group. I don't know.
I think you're good. But,
It's Smirk.
Yeah, it's Smirk.
All the momentum is with Tears, certainly after that first game. There's going to be a good opportunity for Grease Seeds to kind of showcase his aggressive nature, and I think K-Power is experienced enough at Smirk that he's going to be able to lock that down. I think STK has every opportunity to pull this one back, but absolutely, they're kind of. I imagine that was pretty eye-opening for them after that first game.
Yeah.
They were very much outplayed by a very much more organized Tears team.
Well, we're going to see right now how they manage to come back as we hand things back to Ron Sponson for the second game in this Super Bowl 8 between Tears and Skillz to Killz.
All right, thanks, Snowfin. I appreciate it, and thanks for the rest of the analysis deck. We really nice to get some additional perspectives on that, and we're just about ready to hop into game 2. We were just talking about the momentum. That's going to be key going into this second game. And Raven, do you think the map change is going to make any difference here? I know people were talking about that earlier.
Oh, I absolutely think it does. Every team plays different on every map, and I don't know. Time will tell whether the map change favors Skillz that Killz, but I have a hard time imagining that Skillz would play worse or something on Smirk than they did on Pilot, especially because they are such an experienced team. They played a lot of competitive games on Smirk before. But I like their.
That's a good point. This is a very classic map, whereas Pilot, a newer map into rotation. Checkmate has a Tag Pro, as does Sidewalk. They're going to probably look to kiss a nice grab with the flag as well. Coming out Flag Pro and just forcing Sidewalk to do something. He's going to chase with those team tiles, get a return, and a clutch button by K-Pow. Dino's got the flag and going to have trouble here.
Yeah, Checkmate made an excellent juke past Sidewalk there a few seconds ago to get out through lane 2, but he was unable to cope with the team tiles, and Sidewalk was easily able to catch up.
It's often very difficult to get out too. Yeah, it's those team tiles hard to get past. A lot of times you have to swoop either up or down. He just didn't have enough room to be able to do anything there. Very defensive map, Smirk. Absolutely. But if you look at the map, there's a lot of tools for the defense here. We've got those team boosts. We've got the button by the gate. We've got the team tiles. Checking with a nice move to be able to get out, and he's passed a couple. Some nice blocks there off the wall. Going to have to back up. Smart decision by Checkmate. Not trying to force anything. And he's got a power. No, he doesn't. Sidewalk with a great snipe.
Sidewalk saving the day with his snipes once again.
And on the other side of the map, we had L Tiger with the Tag Pro. Dino boosting down for the power up and ends up going straight into that Tag Pro there.
So it looks like neither team really able to do anything with the power-ups that round. That one rolling bomb was immediately defused, and Altiger's Tag Pro is now out as he grabs with it. But Dino might be able to get out of base, but once again, Mr. Gone with a nice snipe. And both teams
a nice double kill.
Clean things up and get a double reset. Something that we see a lot of.
Multi-kill.
Classic Ron.
Yes. Looks like Checkmate's going to get contained, but look at this nice handoff. And this is what oh my goodness, Dino blazing past him. Mr. Gone catches up. He's still has his snipe game on point. But you'll see teamwork very essential for these flag carriers, or for these offenders.
No doubt. And Dino using the classic strategy of just zooming right past the defender who's sitting on the team boost there. And Altiger able to get out of base a couple times, but no caps yet for either team, even though both offenses have been doing actually a pretty good job of getting out of base.
Oh, there's a nice button there again.
Gets off the buttons, though. Off the button with the Tag Pro.
I don't know if you caught it, but there was a Dino, I think, was waiting for the mid power-up, and he definitely had a leg up on it, but unfortunately just didn't have the timing right, and he cut out of the way of the power-up right before it was spawning.
Uh-oh.
Looks for a good chance of a cap here. The boost really helped Dino there. Gonna come up, oh my goodness, he's not being patient. He's pushing it and getting right past Sidewalk. Mr. Gone there on offensive D for the return, ends up flacceting. And it looks like another round of power-ups. Can they use this to their advantage to get a cap? Checkmate's gonna boost it off the wall, trying to sneak in. Wow, tight quarters there, and not gonna happen. Bottom left power-up is coming up in about 1 second here.
Checkmate did about as well as he possibly could have there. He had the angle just perfect off the wall bounce, but there was just not a big enough gap for him to quite squeeze his ball through.
Yeah, it's a very condensed map, especially if you look at how many spikes are here. All the lanes are often very narrow. This is going to be a cap here as Checkmate comes in. Dino with that Tag Pro clearing the way, and at least for this game, we see an early lead for Skillz that Killz, getting the first half of the game about 4 minutes in. Let's actually do a listen-in while we're at this point in time. I think they just scored something. Let's listen to Skillz that Killz, see if their speech is a little bit different this half with a lead.
There's like 48.
Okay, they're going to boost up the bot.
Okay.
I might be out.
He's gonna be forced to choose
Oh boy.
Okay, they're at top.
I'm on pass 3, double. Oh!
It's fine.
Okay,
It's
I
fine.
got rolling
It's fine.
mid.
It's worth.
Too. I got rolling bomb mid.
It's worth, bro.
I'm staying.
Force-
Hit ours?
Okay,
Ours?
no,
What's
I'm
ours?
gonna get there. I'm gonna
fine,
get
fine.
there.
Done.
I got Superman.
Don't
Superman.
let him grab it. I'll block this boost, just chasing
Okay,
him.
are we coming?
Yeah.
We're good. Alright, I'm
This is
past
spawn.
3. I'm past 3, bot. Coming
Alright.
face through.
Kill him?
I'm not gonna get him.
Fuck.
Fuck.
All right, so that was the listen in. It did sound a bit different. I think they're a little bit more calm and collected. It's early in this first game, and they've got a lead. No reason to get too stressed out at this point in time.
Yeah, there's still definitely a huge sense of urgency from. Oh my gosh, that boost by Dino. That was absolutely unreal.
Oh my
Pixel
goodness.
perfect boost off the side wall above the spike and just right in for the cap.
I didn't even expect that. We were talking about something else, and just out of nowhere, he pulls off this amazing boost. Dino with some great
around
moves.
Mr. Gon with Cape out
Look at
blocking
this.
him.
He's gonna wait on that power up. It's coming now. Milksake's gonna swoop in for it. 3 seeds into the spike. Another spike. A couple spikes here. I was gonna mention that earlier. Is there? Look how many spikes are on this map. Distribution is quite a few. Look at that return. There's a cap, and now the lead has been cut in half. A nice cap there.
And power-ups might have actually burned Skillz that kills there. K-Pow was able to pick up a Superman. K-Pow was able to
Mr.
pick up a
Gon
Superman,
there.
but in order to do that, he had to let the flag carrier past, and Tears has cut the deficit in half.
3 seeds getting a nice return there.
Yeah, what a return that was. I think what happened was Mr. Gon sort of bumped Sidewalker someone onto the button as he tried to boost straight up, and got the return that way. And that would have been a cap
And
as well.
Dino
so
with a
it would've
nice
passed forward.
boost. We got a mid power up coming up in about 6 seconds here. Off the
Oh
wall
my
again!
gosh,
Dino! Just pulling the same move twice
Who
in
is
a
this
row.
guy?
And now they've got a 2-cap lead back again. Bottom left power up coming up in just 1 second. Mr. Gon's going to be able to get it, and it'll be a tag pro. Dino has really been stepping up to the plate this game. K-Pow picking up a Juke Juice. Can Checkmate do the same move? He's going to try to.
Can I just say wow?
Then why not?
Wow?
I don't know.
Yeah, trying the sacrifice, but Mr. Gon positioning himself perfectly, and Sidewalk trying to use that Tag Pro to get out, but his grab is unsuccessful, and Grief Seeds with an excellent boost to knock him into the flag, and now
Look at
they have
this,
a great cap
blocks.
opportunity.
Oh,
Oh,
Milkshake!
Milkshake with a perfect boost.
Oh,
And
that was
just when it looked like
beautiful.
Skillz was gonna quadruple Tears' cap total. A perfect boost by Milkshake to just knock his teammate into the
Yes.
flag carrier in time.
And they got that
Milliseconds
reset
before the
out of that. Oh no, Dino is going to be able to get out. A nice move and Checkmate with the offensive D, or support offense actually. Oh no! Oh man! Wow, that looked like it could have been a cap there. Milkshake pulling the flag out. We got a couple power-ups here. Left power-up in 1 second. So he's going to grab a Tag Pro. Flag Pro not going to help him very much there. And he gets returned.
Yeah, a few pixels here and there were the difference between Milkshake's boost costing his team a cap and saving one. Unfortunately for Tears, he did not
Right.
cost his team a cap. And now Milkshake with the aggressive snipe. Successful.
Yes. Trying it again. Watch these bombs here. Couldn't quite get to the angle in time. Again, that sense of urgency is very clear from both teams. This time, Tears have to have a little bit of that. Nice bomb there, but with the 2-cap deficit, maybe even 3 here, as Dino's gonna out. No, he's not gonna be able to get out. Nice job by El Tiger.
Yeah,
but
very good
Dino's
job.
dynamic play here has equated to those 2 caps.
Now Grief Seeds has a chance to cap actually, as he's past 3 coming through top. Milkshake
Milkshake's
has to
gonna
get
have
the
to get button.
Oh, and the boost is perfect.
Yes.
Dino once again spiking himself to boost Milkshake off of the button, and it is 4-1 in favor of Skillz that kills, and it could be 5-1.
This is an entirely different
Oh.
game. Checkmate gonna swoop in and get another cap, and now it's a 4-cap lead, and they're trying to wreck it up further. Dino coming in with the flag. He's going towards the boost. He's gonna miss the boost. He's walking into base. He's got a Tag Pro escort, looking to get a 5-cap lead here with that Tag Pro. They're gonna do it. He's walking it in, and now Skillz that kills have been putting on a clinic for the first half of the second game here.
And K-Pow putting on just a perfect lesson on how to use a Tag Pro defensively on Smirk, just cleaning up
Yes.
the Tears offensive defense and making the cap really easy for, I believe that was Checkmate.
Yeah, yes, and man, they're just doing a great job. And I think was it Grief who had the cap there? I think if that's who it was, they were very patient with the flag. And again, textbook playing that well. Nice job getting that Poos off the button, and they're gonna at least cut it down to a 4-cap lead there. Great job by Tears.
Yeah, Tears not
support.
panicking, you know, keeping just doing what they do. Milksteak with his first cap of the game, I believe, and Tears gonna try one more time. Milksteak's picking up a tag throw, so they have maybe 1 or 2 more chances to bring their cap total to 3. But now Sidewalk
yes. Oh, look
is
at
the
that
only one
button! Oh man, Sidewalk was just pixels away from being button. There's the button. They got to block the snipe, and they have. And now it's a 5-cap lead again. And look at that double kill by Milksteak. But it's going to allow Mr. Gon to get out, and they're going to at least take that 1-cap back, go back to a 4-cap game. And the final seconds are going to count down here. Not very much time, not enough time to get across the map. Very different half.
Yeah, quality job by K-Pow on the Skillz' last cap as well, blocking the team boost and allowing the flag carrier to walk in. And Grief Seeds doubling the return total of the next highest return total defender, which was his teammate K-Pow, with 22 returns. Unbelievable performance by Grief Seeds in that half. And of course, offensively, Dino and Checkmate each with their own hat trick, and Dino just a series of unbelievable boosts and just really smart plays. Skillz has totally turned this match around, and they look like they're surely going to force a 3rd game.
Yes, absolutely. And it's that map knowledge. It's Dino definitely knew exactly which route he wanted to take coming into base to be able to get right past both of those offensive D, and it worked really well twice. It surprised everyone there, and his teammate, I think, Checkmate might have done that once too. Grief Seeds coming in top. Really all around great teamwork. Like you mentioned, the return count very important on this one as well. And yeah, it's a 4-cap lead for Skillz That Kills going into this second half on Smirk. It'll be very difficult for Tears for Spheres to turn that around.
Yeah, difficult though not impossible for Tears to come back in this one. If they have another half like they did in Game 1, Half 1, they certainly could make up the deficit, but the odds look slim for them in this game right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's they're going to really have to be very careful going into the second half, and again, that sense of urgency, they're going to have it. They're going to have to play aggressively. They need to find some way to combat that very aggressive and successful defensive style put together by Grief Seeds and K-Pow.
Audi is trying to start a meme or a copy pasta in Twitch chat about my eyes, and it's not catching on, which is something I'm definitely okay with.
Yeah, and I think it just got deleted. But I'll tell you one way to make sure it gets caught on is to call it out in chat. So you got to be a little careful there, unless you really want it. I don't know. But I think they're letting them do that during the at least during the last half time they did. But in the game, trying to keep those down. I was keeping an eye on chat. I've been keeping a little bit of an eye on that in between the games and during the games. We've had a lot of fans for Skillz That Kills come out of the woodwork during this game. They were pretty quiet the first game, but they're really strongly making their allegiance and support known here in chat. And it shows they've got a lot of fans. I know there's a lot of fans for Tears too. I saw them talking the first game. But it's really divisive. We like this East versus West. It's a showdown of the best teams, and it's been a very exciting one so far. I think everyone's been getting their money's worth.
All right, looks like both teams are ready, and we are off into Game 2, Half 2 of Super Bowl VIII.
We've got a bomb me or something. Copy pasta going on right now. Looking to join the game here, and we're in a 4-cap deficit left for Tears for Spheres. They definitely have their work set out in front of them. Let's see what they can do. Interesting setup for power-ups. We're going to have a Tag Pro for each power-up location.
3, 2, 1.
Altiger narrowly getting that Tag Pro. They've got a couple Tag Pros, both on offense. Grief Seeds on defense with that. Maybe that's a smart decision. I don't know, though. It's not going to help as... Whoa! a little bit of a misstep there. Now Dino is out past 2.
Yeah, Grief
Nice
Seed's
job of Mr. Gon.
Grief Seed's positioning himself perfectly to neutralize the Tag Pro lead, and yeah, just like you said, a little bit of a miscommunication between, I believe it was Milksteak and All Tiger there.
Now Milksteak was doing what he had to do there. He was getting blocked out 2v1, and so he was venturing outside away from the flag to try to get that early return, but they were just pushing him very well.
And Dino, an excellent job dodging the team boost, and I believe it was K-Pow who actually wound up blocking the offensive defense into the team boost, allowing Dino to get the first cap of the second half on Smurf. And you can see Skillz that Killz getting their swagger back, so to speak, typing little things in chat and just sort of exuding their classic confidence that they've come to be known for.
Absolutely. We got another round of power-ups. They've got a bit of a power-up advantage on Tears for Spheres, although that goes away quickly as the rolling bomb is diffused, so now it's evened out with Juke Juice on each side of the map. Checkmate doing a nice boost in from the bottom, and Dino setting up a nice backboard. Oh no, Mr. Gon getting in the way. Checkmate still doesn't have it. He's going to wait for Dino to come over. Still not not patient enough. I don't know how much time he had, though, with Sidewalk closing in.
Yeah, I think his best bet was definitely to wait a little bit longer and just hope that that whoever was spawning wasn't going to be able to catch up and knock Dino off the button. But a little impatient and unable to get out of base that time for Skillz.
3 seeds, a nice return, as with Mr. Gon. But yeah, oftentimes you're put into a situation where you have to choose between a certain death and an almost certain death, and you always want to choose the almost certain death.
Yes. Both defenses pretty stout here so far in the early going, although right as I say that, Checkmate boosts past Sidewalk and Mr. Gon, then jukes right back around. He's going to go for the bomb, unable to hit it perfectly, but a decent amount of prevent for each team so far, and a great button play as well.
That top bomb area is very difficult to pull off well. A lot of times you take those bombs into each other or into the side wall, but taking them straight down, there's so many spikes for you to hit there.
Perfect offensive defense by K-Pow. He was up against the odds there, and he was able to just cement himself perfectly on the team boost actually, and prevent the flag carrier from hitting the cap.
Looking for a handoff here. Milksteak's gonna be able to get out of base. There's a 5 cap lead right now for the Skillz that Kills, and it's a return for cap, but I don't think they're gonna get a return here, and they're not gonna get a cap because of it. Milksteak, a nice stutter step there, great, but Grief Seed's just narrowly clipping that boost, getting the return.
Well, let's go ahead and do a listen in for Tears here. We'll see if they are handling the pressure and being down the same way that Skillz was, or if they're doing all right here as All Tiger caps.
Hello.
See out?
No. Nice cover. They have 2 rolling bombs.
Where do you want to go? Top? Top?
Yeah.
Both defused. There's 2 in.
Coming top.
Okay, but yeah. Alright, you can go. Nice. They had no idea.
Coming in 3.
I'm gonna block the team boost. Oh shit, they got you.
Going top for now.
Alright, I can.
Alright, I think that's it for the listen in. Very interesting play there as they were able to come in top, showing their patience and getting another couple caps, and now they're leading this half actually by 1 cap, putting Skillz that Kills into a just a 3 cap lead now.
Yep, that is correct, and that channel sounded pretty much like what I expected too. Sidewalk is one of the most calm and just chill people in all of Tag Pro, and so he's keeping things cool. All Tiger and Milk both have pretty calm personalities as well. Mr. Gon is a bit of a rapscallion, but the rest of his team is keeping him in check. I'm actually kidding, but yeah.
Look, another cap here potentially.
Oh,
interesting.
Just able to get the button in time.
Wow.
Great play. Now Milk past 3. Dino wisely waiting on the team boost, just delaying things a bit until his offensive defense can get in place.
Yeah, I'm looking at chat again here too, and they're noticing too. Tears seeming very calm, and some people think almost too calm. There's a nice kiss. Great job. Great decision to pull there and go for the kiss. Get the reset for both teams. 5 minutes to go, 3 caps to go. Definitely doable for Tears for Spheres, and if they're able to pull it off, they will be your Season 8 Super Bowl champions. But right now, Skillz that Kills with a pretty decent 3 cap advantage. Look at every single player waiting on a power-up.
Yes, indeed, and a little advantage to Tears in this power-up round. Sidewalk with the rolling, and Alt Tiger gonna take a Juke Juice to regrab. Milkstick dodging Grief Seeds with his tag. Oh, a great juke by Grief Seeds,
It's tough to
squeezing
juke
through
out
the
Milks.
one tile between the spike and the wall.
It's very tough to juke out Greaseys like that. That was a very nice juke. And looking for a good chance at a cap here, too, to beat, but he's got another one coming in. He's got to push it. He's got to push it coming in. Not quite going to happen. And 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go.
Blaze it.
3 caps. Yes.
Yeah, Milkstick did pretty much all he could there on that last opportunity, but Skillz was just positioned just right on their offensive defense, and Dino now able to get out top. He's going to have to bomb Sidewalk away, which he does.
Yep.
He's probably going to try to boost in top here, but Mr. Gon able to get there in time.
Oh my goodness.
Dino squeezes past Mr. Gon, and a chance here for Skillz, but the sandwich blocks are unsuccessful.
Yeah, that was a great job by Dino getting out. Mr. Gon picking up a rolling bomb, coming over. They've been working very well together to get that button with the support offender, and it's very key.
I think Dino actually passed over the corner of the flag tile there. That would have been an unbelievable cap if they were able to get the return.
Mr. Gon looking for the snipe, going to be able to pull it off. Alt Tiger stays alive somehow, return for a cap. Can they get it? They should be able to. Alt Tiger going to punch it in, and now it's just a 2-cap game with 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go, and Milkstick is out past 2. His rolling bomb runs out. He's past 3. Can they get it? No. Dino going to get the return, and man, this game has just gotten a little more exciting with 3 minutes to go. Only 2 caps that separate the Tears for Spheres from the Super Ball ring. Looking for a kiss. They're closing in, got the return. Milkstick staying alive, staying just behind K-Pow. Going to cut up, too. We got a round of power-ups coming up mid in about 4 seconds. A nice bomb, but ends up spiking himself. Sidewalk might get mid or Grease Seeds. Sidewalk's going to be able to pick it up. And checkmate with the flag all on his own.
Grief for the right power-up. Milk is able to get it. Another power-up advantage for Tears this round. 2 out of 3.
Should be able to get a return here, which they have. If Milkstick stays alive, Sidewalk going to be able to lead with that. He's only got 3 seconds left on it. He's going to have to use it quickly. It's going to run out before they can really use it very well. Can they get the button return? No. And now looks like K-Pow is going to be able to get out. Nice job by K-Pow. 2 minutes to go. 2 caps to go for Tears as Dino pulls the regrab out. And I think Skillz like Killz are doing what they need to right now. They need to keep this flag out of base at all costs. And they're doing a very good job at that. Milkshake grabbing the flag, though, and look at this. Again, looks like Tears for Spheres looking for a last-minute showdown. Not able to do it. Grease Seeds plugging up that bottom choke, getting the reset, and we're in the final 2 minutes.
Yeah, Sidewalk almost set up a cap opportunity there with a beautiful snipe, but unable to convert as, once again, the offensive defense for Skillz that Kills did a really nice job occupying the proper lanes. And each team with a tag pro now, and that'll help Checkmate get the bottom right power-up as well, as he wisely fights for that right power-up using the tag pro to knock away the defenders of Tears.
This could be a game changer. Let's see what happens here.
Although Dino does not follow the tag pro, and perhaps a chance, but nope, the boost block's unsuccessful, and K-Pow cleans it up.
And Checkmate going to be able to pull the flag and trying to line up the boost. Milkstick plugging out. K-Pow grabbing the flag. Just over a minute to go. Again, 2 caps to go. It's looking pretty dire here for Tears for Spheres to have a chance at winning it. They're going to need to string together a couple quick caps. Milkstick with the flag. And Alt Tiger trying for the handoff, but misses it. Checkmate getting returned. And just 50 seconds to go. Now is the time to push it and be aggressive. We got another round of power-ups. Could be very important here to string together some caps. And it looks like Milkstick getting the rolling bomb, defusing it. Checkmate getting a tag pro. Again, he's going to be able to take that down to the bottom power-up and use it to be able to win it. Getting a rolling bomb, Superman, and this is looking very good for Skillz like Kills. They got a great shot to win this. He's using his tag pro to help Dino get out past 2, and Dino's just going to take it in and see if he can't get a cap and secure the victory. And he can't.
Ran into his own defender. Just barely.
That was a close one.
He cries every time.
Well, it's officially over. There's not enough time left for them to string together enough caps. They might be able to get... yes! Whoa, no! The timing just was not perfect. We're going to end with a kiss as Skillz that Kills are going to win this one. They won the first half by a decided amount, but the second half they ended up losing, actually. So we've got Tears for Spheres winning 3 out of 4 halves this evening. but they're going to lose the second game by just a couple caps.
Yeah, 16 to 14 there on power-ups in favor of tiers, so not a huge advantage for either team either way. Honestly, all the stats are pretty even. Prevent, hold, everything. Grief had a few less returns that half, but he did have the most prevent in the game at half, so he still performed reasonably well. And now we will have a third and decisive game in the Super Bowl VIII, and that will be on Velocity.
Yeah, I think a lot of
Super
people
Bowl
were.
map.
Yeah, a lot of people were interested in Velocity. I think we might be doing a quick break, and so we're going to be bringing the analysis desk in. Let me pass it over to Honey Bear, actually.
Woo!
Well, that was quite an exciting second game. As kind of we predicted, Skillz that Killz came out hammering in that first half, or that 7-3 lead. But Tears did manage to chip away a little bit, but weren't able to pull it out, and so we're now stuck with split games, and we're going into the Velocity overtime game. Thoughts from the analysis desk? What were the critical moments in that game on Smirk?
I don't know about individual moments, but I think it was just the correction of play. I think we saw Dino playing way under his expected ability in that first match, and he totally corrected it and played very solid and made the Tears defense have a lot of problems. They were, second guessing themselves a lot. They were letting through a lot of plays that normally you would think that they would have on lockdown, and made them look silly a lot of that match.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And I think it really suited Grease's kind of style a bit more. And K-Power was able to get around and support him really well, and it really caused big problems for Tears' offense. And Cheat Nate was really impressive that game as well, I think it should be said.
I 100% agree. I think it's going to be really interesting seeing what happens in Game 3, because while the map Velocity is a lot more in terms of like pilots, it's got that chasey feel and everything like that. All these guys are super familiar with that map, and it caters really, really well to not only the risky style of play that STK has on defense, but also forgiving the mistakes in more opportunities to be able to catch up. I'm really interested to see how Tears are going to adjust after that last game.
Yeah, I think both teams now have kind of a fire lit under them, and their balls are boiling.
Dolphin.
Ew. Ew.
Yeah, it was interesting that Tears came back in the second half there. I think they're going to take a lot of that into Velocity. I think Skillz kind of better suited to Velocity, but Tears, I'm sure, feeling pretty confident right now.
Yeah, that I will say that second half from Tears, even though they weren't able to win the game, the momentum shift and just kind of the way they were able to shut down Skillz that Killz on Smirk is just mentally important for them going into this third game. Tears are still kind of in control of their faculties and have a great shot at pulling off the win. I'm trying to remember back 2 seasons ago. Wasn't Velocity one of the Super Bowl maps 2 seasons ago that Tears was playing on?
Season 6. Yep.
Do we remember what happened to them? I think they lost on Velocity Season 6, didn't they?
Yeah, I think Legman
30 seconds, yeah.
Legman and Noblord, I believe, ran riot with the flag, and I think it's a good opportunity for Milksteak and Old Tiger, who are both very, very good at holding the flag, to kind of showcase their skills with that. Compared to Smirk, which is a bit tighter.
Yeah, if I had one player to look at, I'm looking at Sidewalk here. He seemed a little like he had a lack of confidence that last half, and if he kind of steps up early on and makes some big tags and feels that confidence again, I think they're going to have a strong half.
Absolutely agree with that, yeah. I'm excited. I know Sidewalk likes Velocity. I'm sure it's going to play well with Mr. Gone, and I'm sure both Milksteak and Old Tiger like it. I think it's just a really good map for all 8 players, actually. I think we're going to see some some really good play coming up.
Okay, well, I think we're ready to head back into this third tiebreaker game on Velocity for Super Bowl 8 between Tears and Skillz to Killz. So I'm going to turn things back over to Ron Sponson to get things rolling.
Yeah, thank you, Nilfin and Analysis Desk, and I'm really excited here. You know, this is kind of what I wanted to see. I wanted to see each team going into the third game with one win in their pocket. No one can go home knowing that they got swept at the Super Bowl, and it's going to be very exciting to see, again, another change in map. It's going to be different. We're going to see different looks, but you know what? Skillz at Killz have been dominant in that first half of game 2, but the other 3 halves have been victories for Tears for Spheres. It's going to be an extremely close one, and I am super excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I feel kind of conflicted, honestly, when I try to predict what's going to happen in this third and final game here. As I'm going to go ahead and launch the game, so we'll get into the action shortly. But I think that this is a map that favors Skillz that Killz to some degree, because Grief Seeds in particular is very, very good at making aggressive and precise boosts back to base in order to get resets, which is really the key to winning on Velocity, is can you get resets as a defense to give your offense opportunities to cap. And so I think that does give Skillz that Killz an advantage, but at the same time, I played against Tears last week on Velocity, or 2 weeks ago actually, and it was a really bad time. They are very, very good at this map, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking a quick look at power-ups here, a couple rolling bombs and a couple tag pros. Checkmate going to pick up one in his base. L-Tiger spiking himself, unfortunately. Leaving Sidewalk in base with a tag pro all by himself. Now Dino going to get returned, and now Checkmate's. That tag pro on base is nice, but if you're on your own, there's not much you can do with it. Maybe you can hope that the defenders back off enough to let you get a grab and get out, but these are very skilled defenders. It's going to be very difficult to fool them with something like that.
And L-Tiger with a nice handoff after Milkstick was taken down, and he's wisely waiting by the boost, waiting for the regrabber to get there. Grief Seeds with a couple errant boosts, and now they have the regrab set up. L-Tiger just juking around, but Grief Seeds reads the corner juke perfectly.
Yeah, like I said, he is very dominant with these boosts. He's been zooming. He very quickly zoomed across the map to get in front of the flag carrier and cut off the choke and be able to get the return. But now L-Tiger coming in, trying to get the early lead. Look at this power-up battle in the lower right-hand corner of your screen as Checkmate picking up a Juke Juice. Dino being patient. Checkmate going to throw a block or two. K-Pow coming in with the tag pro. A nice power-up advantage to help. Oh, he got in the way. Checkmate's got to stay alive here, and he does long enough to be able to get out. And look at this, L-Tiger in base with a rolling bomb on his own. Got to stay alive. Return for a cap. Ken Grief Seeds gets it with that boost there, as we were talking about, getting that reset, leading to the cap, and Skillz that Killz with an early lead on the tiebreaker game.
That is exactly what Grief Seeds is best at, using those boosts to get resets and create capping opportunities. And here's another one, and Dino takes the lead 2-0 in favor of Skillz that Killz.
Watch for a revenge cap coming in very hot, and there it is, and quick cap right after that, and they've diminished the lead by 1. Can he come in for a second one? They've got the blocks around the corner, being very patient. L-Tiger with the perfect route to be able to take it back, and in very short order, the Tears for Spheres have nullified the lead that the Skillz that Killz had, and now they're trying to take the lead. Can they do it? They can!
Milkstick. Milkstick is unreal. Absolutely.
And they're showing no
fantastic
sign
play.
of slowing down as L-Tiger coming into base. Dino is going to have trouble getting out. Can they get the return here? Oh man, what a great series of events here for the Tears for Spheres.
Oh, Milkstick has a chance to cap again. L-Tiger has a tag pro on defense, but no. And I just want to point out, I think it was on the second cap for Tears for Spheres in particular. The blocks were absolutely pristine. Sidewalk and Mr. Gon just had the perfect block set up, and even when L-Tiger boosted past the boosted a little too far around to the outside wall as he tried to cap, they were able to hold the blocks for so long. But now perfect blocks from Skillz that Killz. This is a defensive clinic from both teams, and the scores then equalized at 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Very tense moments here. Let's listen into Skillz that Killz as they're talking and trying to win.
Has to walking up.
Okay, if you can boost top.
Yeah.
Alright, 48, 46 are
40.
pop, guys.
Our
48,
pop.
46. Go left.
They got
You know
cheap.
what?
I don't want to.
Our base is
What,
31.
44?
Our base is 31.
They got reset.
I heard go
Got
left, so...
Oh shit,
No,
you got
no,
him.
no.
You got him?
Yeah.
Get down here.
Okay, I got ours.
When is ours?
I got your bomb.
31.
Over here.
Stop right now. Rolling bomb.
Okay.
I got rolling bomb.
Just go, just go. You got the corner. Oh, nice.
Trying. Watch bomb.
I'm still
Nice,
past
nice,
2.
Okay, I got ult tiger.
Get there.
nice. Yeah, I'm just getting there.
You sidewalk.
I'm on re, I'm on re. Come on.
Damn,
come
I
on.
got fucking juke.
Come on, boys.
I'm boosting back wall.
Pop soon,
Hold,
pop soon, pop
hold,
soon.
hold, 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 hold.
Hold on. Oh.
Wow, that was very close there to cap there.
An
Man,
interesting sequence of events.
Yes, look at Checkmate with he's got a nice boost angle here. I think what we're hearing there is, we still have a little bit of language, but you can hear the intensity behind their speech.
No doubt.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Gon almost getting past them all. Sidewalk gonna get a nice snipe.
Yeah, I think that Skillz that Killz is doing actually a really good job of keeping track of pup timers, which isn't the easiest thing in the world on Velocity because the pups are pretty spread out. So
Yes.
it's difficult to keep those timers a lot of times, and there are 4 of them as well, so difficult to do, but they seem to be right on top of it.
Dino in base with that tag pro, he's gonna make a grab and maybe allow Checkmate to get out past a few. He slows down and Mr. Gon catches right up. Dino's tag pro's gonna run out. Nice return by Grease Seeds, looking for the reset, and they have it. Great teamwork by Grease Seeds and K-Pow. And here we are halfway through the first half, tied 3-3 after an impressive 3-cap series by Tears for Spheres.
A little bit of a reset right now, although no, Milkstick not quite able to sneak out, and
Altiger with
Altiger
a
able to mosey on past Grief and K-Pow, but Grief doing what Grief does best. Getting those sniper turns, and and we got Milkstick wandering a little too close to the bomb there, and he gets spiked, and Grief Seeds picks up the rolling bomb. Gon grabs with the rolling bomb, though, and has a chance to cap here, but Checkmate wisely sort of doing a sort of turtle in the corner there, just a delay strategy, yes. I suppose.
It was very close. So they were aggressive. Mr. Gon boosting into base, trying to get, assuming that they could maybe get that return for cap. Grease Seeds with that tag pro, only 2 seconds left on it, so he's not going to be able to do too much with it. Going to be able to draw a regrab off for a second at least. And it runs out. Looks like Dino with the flag, and no one really near him. Now Milksteak and Sidewalk closing in. They're both chasing from the same direction. That's not going to work very well. They're going to have to split up. And almost bomb. It was a nice bomb to Sidewalk, but no spikes in that area.
This half has been just almost unusually even so far. The pre-event numbers, the hold numbers are each within 3 seconds of each other for both teams, and it seems like whenever one team is out of base, the other team also is holding the flag. And a nice snap by K-Pow creates a chance for Dino. K-Pow can come out and get the block, and he does.
Yes.
That was all K-Pow right there, the snipe and the block, and Skillz that Killz has a 4-3 lead.
That was very interesting because K-Pow actually, prior to that cap, there was a rolling bomb that spawned, and K-Pow picked it up, and his FC was right there. I think he didn't have any chance to react to the fact that it was a rolling bomb, but it was interesting. I thought for sure they just forewent a capping opportunity because of that, but they didn't need it. K-Pow played very well with it. And,
yeah, it's funny how these things happen. Like,
yes.
you think that someone's going to cost their team a cap, and they turn around and cap anyway. Happened a couple times in the Smirk game.
Yep. It's very weird. I mean, sometimes you can make a mistake and you can recover from it, and oftentimes you can maybe even argue that it wasn't a mistake based off of what you're able to do because of that situation. Power-up's coming up about 3 seconds on that bottom right power-up, and they're both going to tag team it, and Mr. Gon's going to pick it up. It's a tag pro, going to be very useful, and Altiger going to bomb in. Look at this. Milksteak's going to be able to get out. Can they tie it up again? We've got a tag pro in base. There it is. Wow.
Perfect boost. Milksteak made the best decision he possibly could have there. He recognized that third team member for Skillz that Killz was occupying the second or third lane there, and the defense for Tears was able to force the fourth guy out of base with the tag pro, and Milksteak just coasts in with the bomb, and we are once again even at 4 caps apiece. This has been an extremely exciting back and forth game, and we are all tied
Yes.
up.
I don't think you can hope for more from an overtime Super Bowl game like this. Both teams have been playing exceptionally well, and it's been a pleasure to watch. this game, and it'd be very exciting with just a minute and 40 seconds to go here. That just leaves only 2 rounds of power-ups. Let's see if that can lead. Can any team go into half 2 with an advantage? Although, quite frankly, a 1 or 2 cap advantage isn't going to mean much on such a fast-paced map like Velocity.
Absolutely, the momentum can change rather quickly, as we've seen already. Milksteak might choose to grab, and he will. Time will tell whether that was the correct decision, although Tears is able to stave off a capping opportunity here, and All Tiger uses the bomb to maneuver past the chasers.
Yeah, Greaseed's slick. Oh my goodness! Greaseed's with the noob spike. That's what that's called. Yeah. Wow. Those are very difficult to do on this map. I didn't know it was even possible, quite frankly.
And now Tag Pro wreaking havoc, Sidewalk doing a great job, and now they have another opportunity for a cap for Tears, but Dino takes the correct angle, a smart angle, and is able to just run past Sidewalk. And avoid the cap.
Maybe a kiss. That upper right power-up is spawning in 5 seconds. Let's see if anyone is going to be waiting for it. So is the bottom left, actually.
Yeah, the side power-ups as well as the bottom base power-up are all pretty much at the same time. The only one that's really delayed is the red base's power-up. So it creates some interesting dynamics because you want to be able to contest all those power-ups, but at the same time you can't really you can't contest all of them without neglecting essential duties like regrab and chasing and trying not to die for the flag carrier. So it's definitely interesting to see how each team approaches the problem of getting power strategically. And we had a little opportunity for Skillz to cap there, but Mr. Gon bombed in and was able to sort of get in front. And man, if we look at the stats again here, power-ups they look pretty even. I think Skillz might have a slight. Actually, no, it's just about even. But Grief Seeds. Once again, 26 returns, more than double anyone else in the game. Just an unbelievable performance from him, using the boost to great effect. And 3 players leading the game in caps, each with 2, Checkmate, Dino, and Milksteak. Dino leading the game in hold with 2 minutes and 24 seconds.
Yeah, very exciting half there. Man, I cannot believe how even it was. Like you said, on a lot of the stats, very even. And really, Skillz That Kills came up with a pretty early lead, and Tears for Spheres surmounted a surprising multiple caps there. And man, that was exciting. I think this next half we want to do 2 listen-ins, 1 on each team, just to be able to compare them. And this is it, guys. This half is for all the marbles, unless it gets tied again, which could happen.
That'd be pretty nuts.
So maybe about a couple minutes in, we'll do our first listen in, and then a couple minutes after that. Yeah, it's just a really exciting game, about all you can hope for here. And Velocity, we were wondering, is this going to be an exciting map? And I think it is. It's very fast paced, a lot of interesting angles, power ups, like you were talking about, being very interesting. Whether or not you decide to go for the power up or do something else, and can you keep track of those power ups too? If they're so spread apart.
Yeah, and this is what it all comes down to. We played I don't know how many thousands of minutes of Tag Pro this season across all the teams and all the leagues, and if you count practices and things, it's thousands of hours even of Tag Pro that have gone into this season, and it all comes down to 10 minutes. It's kind of bizarre to think about. Both of these teams have played just unbelievably well so far. I would say this is the highest level of play I've ever seen in a Super Bowl. This has been just really an excellent performance by each side, and tied up at 1 game apiece. Tied up at 3 or 4 caps each in the decisive game 3 now, and there are 10 minutes left. And in 10 minutes, we probably will have decided the Super Bowl champion for the season.
I also like to bring up a point. I know Nofin brought it up in the analysis desk, but this was the map Tears for Spheres lost on in season 6, and they're so close now to coming back and taking that win back for the franchise. That would be quite exciting, I think, for Troball.
Yes, it'd be a nice story for him. I know he's probably really looking forward to avenge their previous loss, and this would be the map to do it on. It's a really exciting storyline for them, and it'd be a very good victory for the Tears franchise.
Alright, this is it. We are heading into game. This is for all the marbles. Tears and Skillz that Kills knotted up here. And we'll see which team has the early power-up advantage here in just a few seconds.
And already I see a Tag Pro for the Tears for... Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's Skillz that Kills. Wow,
Yeah,
3 Tag Pros.
Definitely an advantage for Skillz that Kills. They should be able to start out with 2 Tag Pros, 1 on offense that Dino should get, and then 1 on defense. Although Tears will have a Tag Pro on offense as well, as they get that that sort of top right power-up, as Milksteak does. And K-Pow should be able to neutralize Milksteak's Tag Pro with his. And so it's all up to the Skillz that Kills offense right now to get out of base while they have that defensive Tag Pro. Oh my gosh, Dino.
Again, you think it's a mistake, but it's not. Dino coming in for the first cap there.
Unbelievable
And,
move by Dino.
Man. And maybe they'll get 2 out of it because of that Tag Pro. Nope, it runs out. Within the first 30 seconds, they already get the lead.
Another sort of fact at stake here that I don't think we've talked much about, the Western Conference trying to pick up its first Super Bowl championship since its inception. And Tears has actually been close to being that team to do it for the Western Conference before, but just came up short on velocity, in fact, 2 seasons ago. Now Milksteak getting a reset with a beautiful snipe.
Yeah, absolutely. Greaseed's helping to get another reset as well. Let's do a quick listen into Skillz that Kills here.
Depends what it is.
The Tag Pro.
They got
Tag Pro. They got Tag Pro. We're playing 3v3.
We're playing 3v3 right now.
Oh shit.
Oh, no, we're good, we're good.
They got it though. They got it. Oh, I got it. CG's left.
Okay, if they're out, they're out. Where?
Left is 43.
He's left to mid, left to mid, left to mid, left to mid. He's going left.
Go deep. Oh.
Nope. Alright.
Oh, whatever. Reset.
4 here.
That's annoying.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't have 2 back. It was just me.
Well, you know what? That was very interesting. We heard a little bit of a mistake there. Calling out, where's he at? They're saying, oh, he's out. Where's he at? He's out. He's out. And, you know, the offensive D really needed to know where he was getting out. And you need to know exactly what to say in certain situations. And they missed a crucial piece of information there. Ended up leading to a nice cap.
Absolutely. That Tag Pro lead pretty devastating for Tears. And once again, we're getting all the entertainment we possibly could ask for out of this game with 8 minutes to go in the Super Bowl, and the game is still knotted.
And Dino coming in, looking to get the lead back. There's 2 in base, now 3 in base. Could be very difficult for him. He's going to wait for that power-up coming in 1 second.
Very smart. Let's K-Pow get that juke juice in base, and also picks up a rolling bomb himself that he uses to get the return, and it's a cap.
Oh, man. They've got the lead again. Skillz that Kills. And it looks like Checkmate waiting on this boost coming in. Pretty hot. Gonna get contained into the corner there.
Yep, and the power-up dynamic right now is sort of interesting. The top base and the right power-up are both at the same time, but the bottom base and the left power-up are both delayed by about 10 seconds. So hopefully each team is able to recognize that and adjust their power-up strategy accordingly.
Oh my goodness, a couple flaccets here could lead to another cap. They might be able to get a 2-cap lead, and he spikes himself. Let's use this opportunity to do a listen in to the Tears for Spheres now.
They're getting their pub.
They got ours 54.
Alright, 52. What time's left?
Shit.
It's past 2.
Well. Juke. Mid. Got it.
Got it.
Get that Tag Pro.
They got Tag Pro though.
They got the Tag Pro. Just 38.
They have 2 Tag Pros then.
Tag
Pro lead.
Yep.
Past 2. We've seen 4.
He's 4, I'm dead. That's the cap.
We need to get out of something.
Yeah, we need to get more of these Tag Pros. They're killing us. He's gonna be out 1.
Some good reflection there. These power-ups are really filling them right now, especially when they have 2 Tag Pros. It's interesting though. They're still extremely laid back. They're down by 2. We had them with 2 Tag Pros in the enemy team leading to a cap, and they're still extremely focused. And I know right now they have their eyes on the prize. They're a little bit behind on being able to get that win right now by 2 caps, but they're playing like they are going to win it here.
And Sidewalk actually just picked up a Tag Pro, so Tears might have an opportunity to cap in a second, but Dino kept his rolling bomb on regrab, and it'll perhaps save the day for Skillz.
Tech Pro there, he's going to try to have someone go for it and maybe get past them, but not able to do that. Mr. Gon comes with the Tech Pro a moment too late. Couldn't quite get out, but it's going to allow Altiger to get out of base. And 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go here. 2 caps required for the Tears for Spheres.
Looks like with a nice boost, and he might have an opportunity to cap.
Ooh, a nice block by Altiger there.
Now a little bit of a lull in the action as each team tries to get a reset. Nice juke by Sidewalk actually past K-Pow.
Greaseed's closing it up, getting a great return there at full speed ahead. Altiger with the flag trying to get out. Greaseed's narrowly missing it, and Altiger's going to stay alive with the bomb, but now he's going to get close to contained. Manages to eke out of that one just barely.
That left power has been up for a while, and yep, now Greaseed is able to pick it up. And it's a return for cap situation for Tears.
Thanks to Sidewalk with that tag pro on base. He just got 2 tags, looking for a couple more. Got only 3 seconds left on that, and he's going to get a return with it. Looking for a bomb, not going to have the angle he wants.
Oh, Greaseed spikes himself with Juke Juice while chasing Altiger, though. So Altiger with a little bit more time to cruise around and hope his defense is able to get a reset, which they're having a little trouble doing against this potent Skillz offense. Here's a great chance to cap, though. Mr. Gon breaks the contain, though, and Dino makes a great decision as he delays in the corner, saves a cap there. What a crucial play. But still,
here we go. Still a chance here. They need to work together as a unit. Come on, guys. Okay, there they have it. And now it's a 1-cap game. What a great job there, extending the play, getting the return when it counted.
And that was a really, really long hold by Altiger. That was absolutely unbelievable. And Mr. Gon also redeeming himself for breaking the previous contain. They wound up still getting in the cap.
Altiger with a couple nice wall bounces there might allow Milkshake to get out. No, not going to happen. Tag Pro in the bottom right power
Yeah, we can
area.
go ahead and kick it over to Tears once again for a listen, as they are 1 cap down and need to come back here with less than 3.5 minutes to go.
Coming in, Tag Pro lead.
They have a flag pro.
Flag pro.
No way, guys.
Base clear. Alright, no, 2. Fuck. Don't get that.
Wow, that was very nearly a cap there. And they almost tied it up. 3 minutes to go, and that was could have been crucial. That might have been the game changer right there.
Yeah, a little bit of a mental mistake. They had a tag pro in base and were way past 2, and the flag carrier should have been a little more patient and waited for the tag pro to clear things out. But you know, a lot easier said than done. When all the pressure's on you in the Super Bowl, it's a lot harder to make those smart plays.
Well, this is the time that counts, and they have a nice handoff. Going to get past 3. Oh no, a bad boost on the. Just catches the edge of that wall there.
Yeah, that was really a tough boost for Milkshake. He had to take the boost really quickly and like curl around it because there were chasers right behind him, and couldn't quite get around. And if he had been able to get around that wall there, then probably would have been a cap, but difficult to do.
And now Milkshake's gonna be able to get out past 2. Altiger's gonna get a relay. They've got blocks. Can he do it again? He has it. They've tied it up again. Tears for Spheres with some great blocking with only 2 minutes to go, and now they have tied it up. It's anyone's game at this point in time. Next cap could be the winning cap.
Oh, and Dino is past 3. This could be it. That is the go-ahead cap for Skillz the Killz. Now Milkshake trying to counter, juking Grief Seeds. Juking Grief Seeds again. Unbelievable by Milkshake, but Grief tracks him down and catches up. Oh my gosh, Grief Seeds with another reset. And Dino has a chance to ice it here.
Let's see what he does. There's a power coming up. Wow, he just blasts into base. K-Pow with a rolling bomb. He's got 10 seconds left on it still. And now he's Superman, looking great for Skillz that Kills. Yes.
Altiger got caught going for the rolling bomb. That is a costly mistake. And it might have been the communications fault. He might not have known the flag carrier was past and coming in. But yeah, him going for the rolling bomb sort of cost Tears an opportunity to stop that cap from happening. So now Skillz that Kills is up by 2 caps, 1 minute to go. Can they close out the Super Bowl?
Every mistake here is amplified with only 1 minute to go at the end of the Super Bowl. Oh, he can't do it. Milkshake might be able to do it though. very quick. Let's see what he can do. He's going to have to use some boost or something. He's lining it up. Milkshake coming in hot. Off the wall. Can't quite get it. Dino. Great positioning. We got a Flaccid. 40 seconds to go. Al Tiger out past 2. Coming into base. We got Power Up spawning in base. It's 2v2 right now. Can Al Tiger do it? Looking for a Flaccid. Not going to happen. Dino picking up a Juke Juice, and he's going to get returned. Al Tiger trying to stay alive. They need a return. Can they get the reset? They can. Al Tiger with the flag off the wall. Oh, man. Grease Seeds with a great crucial return there.
That was an unbelievable series of moves by All Tiger, but Grief Seeds showing why he is the MVP, coming up with the clutch return to save the cap and the Super Ball.
I think that's going to be it. Man, Grease Seeds playing well when it counts. Mr. Gon's going to be able to get out with the flag past a couple. Maybe a chance to get 1 cap here, but they need 2.
And that is it. Skillz That Kills are your Super Bowl 8 champions. Dino with 4 caps and 2 minutes and 44 seconds of hold to lead the game in the decisive half of velocity to close out Super Bowl 8.
Yeah, absolutely. That was, you know what? Anyone who sat and watched through this is absolutely got their money's worth. It was super exciting all the way through, down to the last minute. Honestly, very impressive showing. We do have a little bit of more analysis here and some follow-up, so let me toss it back over to Honey Bear.
That was a good move.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the first half really was even, and then they evened it up late into the second half, and it just was really a very impressive showing. And when it mattered, Skillz That Kills really turned on the heat. Grease Seeds especially picking up the heavy weights there. All right, just waiting to get the team back in. Go ahead, Honey Bear.
Oh, we got Ash here. You're going to help us drag him in.
I got one.
Hello. Oh, sorry about that. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing? How do you feel?
I'm doing great. How about you? I mean, like, I don't know, man. That fucking game, though. Sorry, family show. My bad.
Man. That was
Seriously, dude, that game was like close by all means. Good games to tears, man. That was really unexpected. That was good games to tears, man. They played so well.
So yeah, I got a question for Grief Seeds, I guess. So it sounded like, you know, when you were down in game 1, you were getting a little bit frustrated.
I heard you guys listen in when I yelled at Chetney for the one time in the whole entire series. I'm gonna get yelled at. Like, I'm gonna get harassed by that for like days.
That happens
or whatever,
every
man.
game.
Yeah, every single scrim that happens at least.
Yeah, I guess my question then is when you were frustrated and down in the first game, you lost the first game. What was the mindset going into the second game? What was your mindset to turn it around?
Well, we realized like at the beginning, since we got like no power-ups, that we needed to work on that. So we worked on that, and I guess the second game we didn't do that well. We made it closer, but we sort of just gave up and said, you know what, let's just focus on Smirk and Velocity and stuff.
Yeah, we're also shit at Firewire.
Oh my god.
So the rumors are true.
I have no idea what I'm doing on that map, like at all.
I was saying that Smirk was probably going to be something that catered more to you guys because Pilot is more of a technical game and clinical game, and you guys have sort of a reckless way that you play. Which
that's one way to describe it.
Well, it isn't a bad thing though, because it obviously works for you. But I think that especially with those maps being ones that you guys were a little more seasoned with, you definitely brought your skill out and absolutely showed your dominance. I was really impressed.
Instead of reckless, you might say aggressive.
Aggressive, yeah.
Yeah.
My word choice isn't good.
This is the toughest team we played on Pilot, I think. Really tough. And the toughest team we played like all season, I think.
Oh, the Skillz That Kills get hype you. Yeah. Oh baby. It's going down.
They were extremely well prepared for this game. So
you know,
Oh no, man. Ask Chetney.
Are you not playing the audio? Come on.
If you asked either me or Greaseeds, if you thought we were gonna win the Super Bowl like the season after we got banned, it would have been like 100% now. You know, like I never really thought we would be winning the Super Bowl after that ban. You know, I didn't even think I would be drafted. Really, like I thought people would, I don't know, but yeah, it definitely feels good, like a little redemption, you know.
Yeah, from two lonely botters to
yeah.
to a Super Bowl.
So if the decision for Super Bowl MVP was theoretically left up to you guys, who would you choose to be the MVP?
I think it's anonymous, right?
I don't know who you're thinking. I know who I'm thinking.
I know
It's anonymous.
It's anonymous.
It's
Do you mean
me.
unanimous?
It's me, right? Unanimous.
Anonymous.
Okay.
It's like an anonymous vote.
Anonymous. No, I think. Sorry, I'm bad with words. I don't know, I'd take Reese's. Yeah, that's just me.
Say fuck Greasy.
I'll give it to Dino. He get some sick clutches.
Yeah.
And Smirk.
I mean,
like,
Dino
really,
on Smirk. That was
those initial caps that Dino gave us on Smirk really turned the tide, it seems, and then like gave us some motivation.
Who made the map pilot? Because I'll give them MVP. All right, it's oh my god, it's cosine. He knew.
He knew.
That's why he was hyping it up, because he knew that it was.
Yeah, we're headed towards the palindrome Super Bowl streak. Who won before Skillz to Killz? Who won season 3?
Central Limit.
Well, it's time for them to come back. Season 9.
Swingman.
There we go.
Yeah, Swingman, you're on.
Maybe I'll name my Radius team Central Limit Theorem.
Ooh.
Just to try to get the good vibes.
I know the West doesn't look too hot.
Oh, here we go.
Those central vibes.
all right, JJ.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in here, guys. Great job tonight. You know, enjoy it. You know, take a day and just.
And thank you for streaming. You guys always do a good job. So.
Yeah, it looked really clean when I tuned in.
All right. Well, thank you and great job.
All right, play the audio for the last part of the video.
It's on. It's on.
K-Pow, I'm proud of you.
Yay, kitty.
Yay.
Right, back to the celebration room.
Go celebrate,
Radio.
guys. Get out of here.
All right, guys. Ron, Raven, analysis desk. Any last thoughts?
I think that, from my perspective, was one of the weirdest but greatest series of games that I've seen in quite some time.
Absolutely.
And I just have to thank everybody here for putting things together so wonderfully this season, and I want to thank the community for making this game, because without the community, then this game would have never happened.
Oh, speaking of that, sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay.
We have some shout-outs for everyone who helped out tonight. Cosine for all those hype videos you made. Sponson and Raven commentating. The analysis desk, Nolfin, E, Private Major, Kid and Panda. Grant for the backup stream. Nipple Fart for her fun videos and the graphic. Fly Molo contributing to the map graphics. Hark Marlis and his great video. It's so funny. Abram made a video, the Navy one. A Pumpkin also contributed. The map renders. Dodgefall made the national anthem. And JBebe helped me clean my stream up. So a lot of love for him. So thanks everyone for making this a great effort.
And I just wanted to say before we end it out.
I'm Penguin.
No, I was gonna say those are for me. No, I was just gonna say Honey Bear was just like, he's just been on point, and I don't think this wouldn't have happened without him. I don't think, and I think I just want to thank Honey Bear for all he did this week and staying up late. And stuff.
Yeah, I think Honey Bear put in a lot more work than we all did. You know, Honey Bear was the guy behind the scenes, organizing everything, getting everything coordinated, laying out things, grabbing graphics, pulling other people in. And so a lot of the success tonight really goes to Honey Bear.
Yep, and don't forget, tomorrow we have the Minor League Championship, also known as the Mooper Ball. coming up in the evening. Yep, Honey Bear's own team will be taking the field for that one, so be sure to tune in before, against Grant's team. So the two streamers for today will be, Grant's team is, in quotes, I guess, because it's not really his team, it's DPR's team. But, yeah.
But he's the minors captain, right? Or no?
I don't know.
But yeah, if you're looking for any information on that, it will definitely be available on the subreddit. And speaking of that, there's also a post-game reaction thread up there right now. Head over there for some good discussions. A lot of people saying that this has been one of the best Super Bowl games that they've ever seen.
It was amazing. Like, I was hardly watching with everything I was doing, but like, just listening to you guys and hearing what was going on, I kind of like got it like a really interesting vibe the whole game. It was really fun.
I think Season 6 was a little bit better, but I think this team was probably like the second best, to be honest.
Yeah, Season 6, the Ghost Boosters did boost through gate on Geo.
No, I think Season 6 was second.
Oh, was that Season 5? That was Season 5. Got him, old.
True.
Alright, shout out to my PLTP team. Y'all are great. We're the greatest team of all time.
I gotta say this season was, in my book, a great success and probably the best one we've ever had in terms of, contributions from the community and how everything just worked out really well, culminating with a great Super Bowl. And I'm really excited to translate that into next season's success. We've already started working, and hopefully we can give you an even better product.
In general, or what? Yeah, it went really well. Everything seems like it's flowing really nicely. Everybody's working well together. I'm excited to get ready to go in for the next one. I think I was really happy with the kind of production value of the Super Bowl. I think it kind of culminated in a really nice way.
Any new announcements you can give us?
The CRC has voted to remove Private Major from his position, so we thank you for your service to the community, and see you later.
Awkward. All right.
This is his first time finding out, actually.
The skeletons are coming out of the closet so hard.
See you next season, guys.
Yay!